What is up, YouTube? Today we are going to be talking about the new DLC, Mythra and Pyra, and what I think of them, because this character not only is one of the most fun times I've ever had playing this game, but they are a doozy. But before we get into it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also turn on bell notifications so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. I'm back in my obviously new setup. I've recorded a couple videos, but I'm more motivated to record actual talking videos and not just stream highlights, so you'll get more varied content, which is good for y'all and good for me, so I would appreciate it. But let's get into it. So first off, I want to talk about Mythra because I think she is obviously the better one, and oh my god, she is so fast. In my opinion, she at least feels like the fastest character in the game, because there are obviously faster characters on the ground, like Sonic and I think Zero Suit and maybe Captain Falcon, but the overall feel of the character is faster because she has really good jumps, she's a fast faller, and she has amazing ground normal, so her ground speed doesn't just lead to a jump falling aerial, it actually is just like, oh, run, down tilt, or F tilt, or up tilt, or dash grab, or dash attack, or even jab because it's frame 2. Like, I know I mentioned it in my gameplay video with them, but it literally feels like Mythra is moving at 1.5 times speed, and that is every single time I play her. Whenever I move, she's just so fast and so fluid, and because of that, has an amazing neutral. Again, ground game is good, aerial game is good, and her speed and her grab, and it's incredible. She has one of the best neutrals in the game, in my opinion, especially considering she doesn't have a projectile, which is insane. Not only does her speed give her a good neutral, but also she has a really strong advantage state. Again, is she doing a bunch of damage per hit? No, but she's going to hit you with the basic 20 to 25% combo, and then stay under you, shark you, and force you to air dodge in situations where you're going to get hit anyway, because down tilt, up tilt, you know, landing there on a platform, up air, and then you get up aired again, and then they jump at you when you air dodge, and they even swing up air sometimes, and so you air dodge the up air, and then you get down tilted on the platform into up air, and then you get up aired, and then you're trying to land and you can't, so you go to ledge, and then you get edge trapped by nair and F tilt forward airs and back airs and dash grabs, and she just eventually chips your stock away and you're at 80 or 90, and then you get foresighted into forward smash and die. This character is so good at demanding respect and then just taking stocks kind of by accident, just by really solid gameplay. You know, a lot of the recent DLCs, less so Sephiroth, but like Min Min and Steve, and even some of the Season 1 past fighters like Banjo and Terry, they kind of just like are trying to just run at you and do their game plan, and their game plan is unique compared to a lot of characters, but Mythra just kind of plays neutral very quickly, very well, and plays advantage state very solidly, just very well, and she's just so incredible at it. Again, is she doing a bunch of damage per hit? Not right now, but I have seen already some optimized like IDJ back air combos that do like 40 or 50%, and with a character that's fast and as mobile and is just really scary as Mythra, to suddenly also be doing 50% is ridiculous, because now you're only going to need 2 neutral interactions to win, even if you drop your advantage state, and that is frightening. I think she has gone on a lot of stages as well, because again, if you have FD, so you don't have any platforms to work around, you kind of just get hit into disadvantage and then struggle to land, and dash attack is going to be so good at punishing air dodges, pushing you to ledge, or just up airs and up airs and up airs and stuff like that. But then platforms extend her combo so she actually does more damage per hit, and then you can still shark the platforms and are just really strong. Like, sword characters in general are good on stages like Battlefield, so Mythra is as well, but also Mythra is probably the best sword fighter on FD. Obviously, Mythra isn't a perfect character. She does struggle to recover and also kind of to edgeguard. You kind of only have one shot to edgeguard, which is like just double jump fair and then hope that you can make it back still, or hope that you were able to do it kind of close to the stage. I've seen Leffen do like jump back Foresight into like down tilt 2-frame F smash, which is kind of ridiculous, but I think that's very character specific, because I don't think Mythra's down tilt hits everyone from like stage, so I don't think that's true against a lot of recoveries, but the recoveries it's good against, it will be very good against. But yeah, even though her disadvantage is fairly good, because you obviously have the option to Foresight and to switch to Pyra, which is going to grant you invincibility, the offstage game can be a little rough, because side B is actually very edgeguardable if you just jump above it and spike it, and then otherwise, because Mythra is a fast faller, she kind of doesn't really get a lot of airtime and doesn't get a lot of horizontal mobility, so if you hit her off stage, she might just die. Especially if you're a potent edgeguarding character, like let's say Pikachu, Pichu, or Game & Watch. And in regards to edgeguarding, she doesn't necessarily have to, because she just kind of edge traps you for 1,000,000,000%, because she's so fast and can cover a ton of options just by existing, so the edgeguarding isn't necessary, but against certain characters it would definitely help. And speaking of edgeguarding, I want to swap to Pyra right now, just hit that down B, and basically just talk about how Pyra's edgeguarding is actually better in my opinion than the Mythra's. One, because forward air is just a stronger move and better. Two, Pyra's actually floatier, so you're going to be able to cover the offstage timings better because you have longer to stay off stage. Because Mythra basically has to like run off stage, do double jump fair, and then recover. Whereas Pyra can kind of jump off stage, wait, double jump fair, and you can cover a lot more time. You can cover air dodges better. You can cover just a lot more things. And in addition to that, you of course have the offstage neutral B, which is pretty good, especially against characters with no hitbox on their recovery. But just even with even with hitboxes, it's still pretty good. It covers a lot of options and it kills ridiculously early, of course, or untachables you if it sends you the wrong way. And of course, Pyra has a spike, so you can actually spike people. It actually goes below the ledge, so I've two-frame people with spikes or just done double jump down air. It's just a really good option. But the problem is if you're playing Pyra, you better have already got that hit with Mythra because her neutral is kind of sus. Basically, everything that makes Mythra's neutral amazing, Pyra just doesn't have. She doesn't have the frame data, she doesn't have the speed, she doesn't have as good of ground tools because they're just so slow, and so Pyra's not really able to get these hits in a way that Mythra is. Like, her best option that I can see neutral is side B, but side B is getting very generously buffed by online because obviously the little bit of delay makes it harder to react. But in my opinion, side B is an overrated move. Yes, I know there's the footstool stuff and there's a bit of like pretty cool follow-ups and tech chases you can get with it, but like side B is still pretty slow unless you're right next to the opponent, where I think it's frame like 15. But if you're like at mid-range of it, it would be like a frame 19 or 20 move. Most everyone can either react and roll through or like short hop air dodge into it and then give offensive pressure to Pyra because Pyra can't do anything. You can run away, you can roll, air dodge, spot dodge, and stuff like that, but you can't attack, you can't jab or grab when you throw out your side B, so you're putting yourself in disadvantage when you're trying to hit someone from like half stage, which in my opinion is not worth it. Like, I spammed it like hell on online, but I do not think it's going to be good in offline settings because you're just going to get hit for it or at least get pressured into it. And again, there's so many characters in this game that can hit you and put you in disadvantage and then take the stock from you, including Mythra, and I feel like just doing that to yourself or even opening yourself up to that is really scary. There is kind of a funny thing though, where because Pyra is floatier, the advantage state can be a little bit different. Like, it can be good versus certain characters because Mythra has to typically commit and then do an up air, and granted she can of course cover a bunch of options because like if they air dodge and you're rising, you can do like a fast fall nair and then cover and continue the advantage state, or if they directionally air dodge, you can side B and stuff like that. But Pyra can just kind of be there and be like, wait, like jump, bait the option, and of course her moves are way stronger than Mythra's, so she can kill you with an up air at 90 if she's like jumps off a platform, or a back air at similar percents. And a very interesting thing in my opinion is that kind of a caveat to the slow frame data is the fact that down tilt, which is kind of hard to two frame as Mythra, but I'm pretty sure one, it's bigger as Pyra, and two, the hitbox lingers longer, so it's actually easier to two-frame with Pyra's down tilt than it is with Mythra's. And of course, if you get a down tilt with Pyra, that can lead into forward air. I'm pretty sure it can lead to up B if your opponent doesn't DI away, which that's actually frightening. I haven't got it yet, but I'm pretty sure it would work. But it's just good in general. Down tilt, up air, down tilt, forward air can set people up into worse edge guarding situations, especially if it's a two-frame. They probably don't have their jump anymore. And again, Pyra's edge guarding is pretty strong between the spike and the forward air and the neutral B, that you can close out stocks. But again, I think the majority of the cast can kind of just run away from Pyra, so I don't think in most matchups it's worth it to play her in neutral unless you're like, I'm going to die soon anyway, because Pyra's a little bit heavier than Mythra. I think they're 6 units apart in terms of weight. But so like that's basically the only reason I would want to play Pyra like in neutral, or specific matchups. I think Pyra does better against like Snake, because Snake is already like not really a mobile character, so you're going to want to fight maybe the slow characters with Pyra sometimes. But at the same time, if you play a slow character as Mythra, you hit them once and then run away the entire game and play like Zero Suit. That's another advantage of Mythra, is the fact that I feel like, honestly, if you wanted to be grimy and you wanted to camp, she is probably one of the hardest characters to hit in the game, similar to Zero Suit and Joker and Pikachu, but also faster than Pikachu just without quick attack. So you get like the ability to just run away and jump and kind of be obnoxious, and then if people overcommit, you can either add a shield them with Nair or with punish them, get big damage, continue your lead, and then just run away again. Like, her runaway is so good, and it's one of the things in my opinion that cements her as a very good character, besides what we're about to talk about. And you know we're about to talk about it because I haven't really mentioned it, and that is Foresight. I think Foresight is what breaks this character because they're a very solid and fundamental character with really good options that is pretty good overall, but doesn't have a lot of cheese. Well, welcome to the cheese. Mythra literally forces characters to play a different neutral game. There are so many characters in this game, good characters, that have multi-hitting moves in neutral. Think Pikachu, think Pichu, think Peach, think Mario, his down air. Think Joker sometimes because he has like dash attack. There are so many moves that are multi-hit that Mythra can literally start shielding them and spot dodge in the middle of the move and get a punish. Whether it's at high percent, you get a forward smash or up smash to kill, or you get your combo starter and put your opponents in disadvantage and basically reversal the entire situation. Not only can she do that, but of course on kill moves you can time, like if you get the reads, you get really hard reads and you can time your Foresight and then get things like forward smash and up smash as I mentioned, or if it's a slower move like a kill move, you can typically get switch into Pyra, either down air F smash or down tilt up air or something like that, so you can get very early kills depending on the move, and it's not even like crazy kill moves. Sometimes it's your really solid out of shield options, like I did it against Young Link up B. If Young Link tries to up B you out of shield and you are Mythra and shielded, you spot dodge it, jump, double jump, down air, forward smash. And not only that, but it works on projectiles from half stage, so zoners like Banjo, like Samus, like Young Link, like Toon Link, even like Snake cannot use their projectiles nearly as safely because you will get roll, down tilt, roll, F smash, and just get punished for using your projectiles, which for the most part for projectile characters are a huge, if not the main part of their neutral game. Like this character just forces you to pick incredibly different options. It forces you to change the way you play matchups, and typically if you have to play a matchup in a specific way to fight against a character, that means that that character typically either goes even or wins that matchup, which is a very good sign because a lot of characters are going to have to change how they play, like Game & Watch. Pikachu, although I still think Pikachu wins because of the edge guarding. Like, everyone I basically just mentioned will have to be so much more careful against Pyra and Mythra because of Foresight and the potential to kill. Even I'm pretty sure rapid jabs you can do it with, because sometimes you can like roll through and you just get your Foresight and then you charge forward smash on rapid jabs, or even slower jabs, or things like Terry's power dunk, or things like Ken's Tatsu if you like shield it. It is ridiculous what you're going to be able to do for this, and that's not even to mention like just spamming air dodge to get out of a combo and then suddenly it's Foresight and then you get a punish as opposed to just getting out of disadvantage. It's crazy. This character has so many good things about them, and then they have that on top of it, which can either steal early kills, steal neutral interactions, and put people in disadvantage, which can be an entire stock, or at the very least 60 to 80%, and they're also so fast. Like, I know I said it a bunch, but holy crap, they are so fast. And so you can force into these burst situations, like burst, dash into roll, get Foresight into death so frequently against characters that want to play a slower game, and I'm very, very scared about this character in terms of where they're going to be in the meta. I currently think at worst they're like top 20 in my opinion. I put them around where I put Min Min, which is like the top 15 to top 10 range, and this is day 3 of the character with non-optimal combos, and people are still kind of trying to figure out how they play, although again they are a very fundamentally sound character. But when people start abusing Foresight, when people start understanding what they can punish, and when people realize they have to play all these matchups differently, it's going to be a hard time. And what do you think is going to be the hardest time? Like, what meta character do you think that Pyra and Mythra do well against? Let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious. And yeah, I think this character is ridiculous. I have a lot of high hopes for them. I'm trying to play them, maybe not in a super serious way because I still like Min Min a little bit more in terms of a counter pick, but they are so fun. If you haven't already, please play this character. They are ridiculously fun, mostly Mythra, Pyra sometimes. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda and partner stuff is down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.